Hi everyone, it's Vivi and welcome back. When was the last time Toys for Bob, the one behind Reignited Trilogy, leaked something? I believe that was back on March 14th, 2018. This video they uploaded on their channel. The funny thing is, no one knew about this video, this part with the dragon model, until later. Like at this point, around this time, people were still theorizing a Spyro remake. Now this time, it seems it happened unintentionally? Or intentionally, maybe? Remember the whole Joe McBob, Falcon McBob days? Good old times, right? Toys for Bob recently shared a picture which later got re-uploaded, but cropped. These pictures were for a back-to-school program. They realized they did an oopsie-poopsie. The uncropped version is right here. Well. Juicy, ain't it? There's something in the background very interesting. Now wait a minute. Crash Bandicoot? Concept art at Toys for Bob Studios? What? Shouldn't that work? Belong to Vicarious Visions, let's say, cause Vicarious Visions was behind Insane Trilogy? Isn't Toys for Bob supposed to be on the Spyro side of things since they made Reignited? Well, don't forget, there's this thing called collaboration. Spyro 3, for example, was handled by Sanzaru Games. Toys for Bob also did help Vicarious Visions on Insane Trilogy. Right in the credits, it says it. Development support by Toys for Bob. So seeing some Crash Bandicoot concept art at their studio ain't too crazy. The first thing I want to get out of the way, I don't think this has anything to do with the Spyro upcoming Grand Prix for Nitro Fueled. Yes, it seems coincidental to see this from Toys for Bob, who worked on Spyro Reignited, Spyro being an upcoming Grand Prix in Nitro Fueled, yes, I get that. But the models themselves look different, and here's what I mean. When it comes to Grand Prix rewards and Grand Prix pit stop items, well, the skins normally, it's all cosmetic. Either skin recoloration or different accessories. Skins in Nitro Fueled don't make characters go through changes in physical traits. If you're thinking these are skins, it doesn't seem like it. Looking at these, we have Cortex hidden behind the screen. He looks taller to me, longer legs perhaps. We got Dingodile on the right. Heck, some might think that's close to Twinsanity's model of Dingodile. We got Engine on top and Tropy on the right. He sure looks different. I'd say he seems to have a rounder design, like his face. On the left side, I really can't tell what that is. It could be like a new villain. It doesn't look familiar to me. Maybe it does to you. Now on the top, we got Embryo, his mutated version. Fun fact, Embryo did get confirmed for a Grand Prix in the future. This was from a blog from Activision. There are two green creatures on top. Some might say, hey, the one on the right looks like a Nork. The other one on the left, I really can't tell. There's some more stuff in the back. And there was one at the bottom which looked like a level or something. And talking about levels, like I just said, there's more in the back. You know what's funny? They did crop this photo, but there's still some images of some levels in the back. I guess they had no choice to keep it in because you simply don't want to crop the picture too much, because in the end, what's the point? These designs overall, I'd say they're very similar to the styles of Nicholas Cole and Nicola Saviori. Both these artists did some work on Reignited Trilogy. It's possible these were also produced by them, at least one of them. Like I really am getting a lot of Reignited vibe of just looking at the models. So with the idea of Reignited Trilogy's models in mind, the first thing I'm thinking about is this could be for Spyro DLC, like a small crossover with Crash Bandicoot. Remember, there's a door in Artisans which seems to move. As a way to celebrate the Grand Prix and the Switch port and PC port for Spyro, maybe they want to announce a Crash Bandicoot world along with it? Does it sound far-fetched? I mean, probably. Or two, which sounds more likely, a brand new Crash Bandicoot game. Some might worry this is going through the radical entertainment era, where there was no consistency in these character models. I like the Insane Trilogy models and Nitro Fueled models, they're the same. I wouldn't mind those being used again. If they're planning on tweaking their models to a great extent, I mean just looking at these models, then I take it this is gonna be for the next gen console. If they do remake the models to, let's say, some great extent, I don't think I would be bothered, but I would prefer the models to remain consistent. Like, if anything, just tweak the models we already have, just a little. I mean, hey, if they go for a complete overhaul, then alright. As long as the game is fine, I'll be happy. Also, about Nitro Fueled, there's a new decal for you top 5%ers out there. It's a new one. The one that was originally planned, well, apparently it got sent out early before the Grand Prix is over. Of course, for those who were already in the top 5%, prior to this Grand Prix. So why not just release another one, right? Hey, since we're talking about the Grand Prix, well, Beenox had to share some new stuff over on Activision's blog. First of all, starting today and lasting until the end of this weekend, you'll see a new Super Engine power-up in online racing. What does it do? Well, you have it in battle mode. It gives you a speed boost for a limited amount of time. Now, a very big question I might get in the comments. What if one is maintaining blue fire? You know, the blue flame from your exhaust, which shows the highest speed in nitro-fueled, with Super Engine active, either in regular or juiced up mode with Wumpa? If the player is already maintaining blue fire and have this new power-up, will they be able to build even more reserves with it? You know, maintain it. According to user Burning Flare X over on the Crash Bandicoot Reddit, thank you so much for this information, it's very important, Super Engine does not give you blue fire. The visual indication is outright wrong. Here's what the user had to say. Additionally, you cannot build any reserves while Super Engine is active. Your existing reserves will remain, but any boost you get will not add to your reserves while Super Engine is active. This means that if you run out of reserves while Super Engine is active, you will end up with no boost when its duration runs out. As a result, this means that Super Engine can literally be detriment to the user by causing them to run out of reserves and killing their momentum. This is especially significant on blue fire tracks, as you may not want to use this item at all to avoid losing blue fire. The user believes that this should at least be adjusted if Beenox is considering to actually implement this in the game. If fans like it, they will consider it. But for now, it's limited time for the weekend. So basically, this power-up, Super Engine, well, it's for people to catch up to others. People who are far away in the back, it could be helpful. Next, another juicy bit of info on this blog. There's something a lot of us hate online, okay? The way warp orbs and entropy clocks are distributed. Like, people spam it easily and it gets annoying. Here's what they had to say about it. Second, also going live today, adjustments have been made to the distribution rate of all power-ups in online multiplayer racing. You may notice the warp orb and entropy clock power-up rates have been greatly reduced. The intent of this adjustment is to create a more balanced and enjoyable online racing environment for all players. This adjustment will remain in place for now, but the Beenox team will continue monitoring the power-up distribution rate to see if there are further adjustments needed in the future. For so long, you had this fear when being in first place. Like, sure, you're ahead of everyone, but then you get a bunch of warp orbs on you. I mean, it's not fun. So hearing this from Beenox, it's absolutely awesome. They did also confirm that the original decal for Back in Time did get released early for top 5% players. Well, about that, they did say, yes, we're giving you guys another decal. Of course, for you top 5%ers, don't forget. Also, the original Back in Time Grand Prix decal will remain unlocked for any player who has it. For those that don't, it will also be rewarded to any player who finished in the top 5% this season in addition to the new one. A little off topic, side note, for you Ratchet & Clank fans out there, a Totaku figure got listed on GameStop, but later got taken down. It took him a while though. The release date was expected for October 25th. So seeing as how Ratchet & Clank is getting Totaku, I'm expecting to see some Funko Pops appear in the future. Funny, isn't it? A Totaku figure gets listed after Sony acquires Insomniac Games. And Sean Layden, chairman of Worldwide Studios, saying that Ratchet & Clank is now vital. But anyways guys, I think I've said plenty for this video, okay? So as usual, do your stuff, questions, or anything like that, leave everything in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.